So the first ever FLR improvement proposal has passed, and an incredible opportunity awaits for all those that are participating in the FLR ecosystem. Welcome back, FLR community. I hope you're all well and you're having an incredible day as always. In this video, we're going to talk about the change in distribution for FLR moving forward as a result of the FLR Improvement Proposal 01 passing with overwhelming support. First, let's get some basics out of the way. Around 28.5 billion FLR will be distributed to the community over time. And this started with an initial airdrop of around 4.3 billion, which represented around 15% of this amount. This means that 85% of the FLR intended for distribution is yet to be distributed. This will be done over the course of the next 3 years, or 36 months. The remaining FLR to be distributed is in a single pool of assets, and distribution will now be a variable amount. Each month, a portion of this pool will be distributed to those holding Wrapped FLR, or WFLR. The FLR distributed each month in total will be just short of 0.7 billion FLR. Now, the amount that you're actually going to receive will be directly proportional to the percentage of WFLR you hold. And because of this, there are two different variables that we need to consider. The first is the amount of FLR that has been wrapped. The average staking rate in the industry is actually somewhere close to 48%. So to put this simply, the less wrapped FLR, the higher your percent of total wrapped FLR will be, and as a result, you will receive more of the distribution. There are a number of reasons why FLR may not be wrapped. It could be laziness, lack of understanding, no access to the wallet, or maybe some exchanges won't actually be wrapping their FLR. Now, as an extreme example, if you were the only person to wrap FLR, you would hold 100% of the WFLR in existence, and as a result, you will receive 100% of that month's distribution, which totals around 0.7 billion FLR. Now, don't get your hopes up, many people will have their FLR wrapped, but the less people that do so, the bigger your share of the monthly distribution. Now, if you're watching this video, you're actually already one step ahead of the game, so make sure that you wrap and delegate your FLR for maximum returns. The second variable that will affect your distribution is the amount of WFLR you actually hold. Of course, if you have more WFLR and the amount of wrapped FLR was to remain consistent, you would have an increased percentage of all of the WFLR in existence, and thus you will receive a higher percentage of the monthly distribution. As a result of the proposal passing, those looking to support the ecosystem will very likely receive much more than they were initially expecting, and this is because those who are not participating, and that is to say wrapping their FLR, are basically forfeiting their FLR to those who are planning to participate. That's you and me. You can see this very clearly from the FLR.space website, which has modeled the change in distribution under the new proposal. Something else to note is that throughout the month, there will be a number of different snapshots. An average will be taken, and then that will come up with a WFLR balance, which will then be used to determine your allocation for that month. The proposal passing is great news as far as I'm concerned, not just because of the boost in distribution, but also the decrease in inflation, the ability to remove reliance from the exchanges, the attraction for new investors outside of the XRP community, and much, much more. Now, we're going to run through some of the most commonly asked questions regarding the new distribution method for future FLR. Why have you changed the distribution from being a 100% airdrop? There has been no change in the planned shape of the distribution. Since the public token distribution was first announced in 2020, it was planned as an initial 15% drop, followed by a smaller monthly distribution spread over 3 years. So all of the FLR that was intended for distribution will be distributed. This is not a reduction in any way or form. Do I need to wrap the initial 15% and all subsequent monthly airdrops in order to receive the maximum distribution? The more FLR tokens a holder wraps, the greater share of the monthly distributions they will receive. Token holders would receive a share of the distribution every month for 36 months, even if only the initial 15% is wrapped. However, if they also wrap all subsequent tokens received from the monthly distribution and the rewards received from delegating tokens to FTSOs, the overall share will be much larger. Is it correct to say that if someone sells their initial 15% and another person buys and wraps it, that they will receive the remaining 85%? Yes, any FLR tokens acquired and wrapped during the 36-month distribution period are eligible to receive a share of the remaining monthly distributions. If I sell a portion of my tokens, am I still eligible to receive future distributions? Well, if you sell the first 15% and therefore you don't hold any wrapped FLR, then you will not receive any future distributions. However, if you sell a fraction of your tokens, you will still receive a share of the remaining monthly distributions based on the amount of wrapped FLR that you still hold. So that is pretty much it, and I hope this video brings clarity for those wondering how future distributions will occur regarding FLR. The bottom line is that the more WFLR you hold, the more you will receive. Future distribution will be based entirely on how much WFLR you hold. If you don't actually own any, then you will not receive any future distributions. If you double the amount of WFLR you hold, then it's likely that you will receive somewhere close to double the amount of the distributions. So I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you all so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and until next time, I'm out.
Mission Control, we have liftoff.